Hi, y'all. What's good? I'm Emmy. That is Xavier. Xavier, say what's up.
Pleasure.
Yeah. All proper and shit. Welcome to Play the Whistle. Play the Whistle. Yeah, listen, if you've ever watched any soccer podcast in the past, same gist. We're gonna be talking about the week. We're gonna be talking about like our favorite teams. I'm a West Ham fan. He's a Chelsea fan. We're kind of be going at it. You see the chain. Like, trust me, we there. We got all the jerseys in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are just Barca jerseys, West Ham jerseys.
And then you got my just one
the
Chelsea
one
jersey.
Chelsea jersey.
Trying to do me proud.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, that's basically it. We're gonna go through a bunch of cool shit, do a bunch of cool stuff, and today's the first episode. We'll have more people on. I think me and Xavier probably be the consistents in this. But overall, we're all gonna be we're gonna be going through it, a bunch of cool stuff. Mike's over there. You can't really see him. But he's behind the camera. He's killing it right now. Yeah, there's Mike's hand. He's a Tottenham fan, so we told him he couldn't have a mic.
Not allowed. You gotta win a trophy first.
But yeah, so like I said, to get a quick introduction going, I'm a West Ham fan, for anyone who's questioning it. I don't know, man. It's just one day I saw Andy Carroll flying through the air and said, nah, that's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. I don't know. You tell him why you're a Chelsea fan.
Oh, damn. So I've been a Chelsea fan for like a decade now, and it's funny because I was playing FIFA 13 with my brother a year after, and I remember I was like, damn, I just want to randomize some teams, pick a team, and it landed on this team named Chelsea. Had no idea who they were at the time, and we're just playing a game, and there's this one dude, his name's Hazard, and I'm like, yo, this is the only guy on the team that can do skill moves, and I like his name. So ever since that year, I just started becoming a Chelsea fan. I had no idea who anyone was, anything like that. I remember my father when I told him, hey, it's August, and we just signed some guy named Didier Drogba. And he's like, again? I'm like, what do you mean again? He's like, yeah, he used to play for you guys. I was like, oh. So now, a long time coming, we're here. Yeah. Big fan.
Yeah. That's a quick, summary on us. Listen, we're going to go straight into it. I think there's a lot to cover. We're going into the season. The season starts. It is currently Wednesday. It starts in 2 days. Yep. To give you an idea of what we're going to go through today, we're doing table predictions, like the top 6, the 3 that we think are going to go down, something like a sleeper pick for the season, probably someone who we think is going to underachieve, someone who people are hyping up. We're going to be looking at top goal scorers, top assists, things like that. We're going to be going through transfer windows, kind of all of it, kind of like the gist of predictions along with how we feel like the summer is gone for each team. I'm down to kick it off though. I want to do top 6 to start off.
Top 6?
Yeah, I say we start at 6 and move our way up.
That's fine.
You go first. You
want top 6 first? All right. Starting
give
from
me
6?
give me your 6 and then we'll discuss 6 and we'll go up to 5, whatever.
You want to do it that way?
Yeah.
All right, let's do down. So for 6th place, I'm actually going to put Chelsea at 6th. I think that it would be a little too... I think it'd just be a little too...
Yeah, that's continue.
I just think for Chelsea, I don't want to expect too much. I think that we have a good squad, but we left the season last year in really good shape. But it's Pochettino. The guy doesn't win trophies
at all.
Mr. Tottenham fan. All he does... all he brings to Chelsea was Sunday barbecues. That is what he was known for. But I think Maresca is a great coach. I just think it's going to take a lot of time to implement his style, and I think it's a style that we can definitely play. We have the midfielders for it, but it's going to take time. I expect rocky road, but I'm hoping for a top 6 finish. I want Champions League, but I think we're going to finish 6th. What do you think for 6?
Okay, in my head, I was going to put West Ham up there. I'm putting West Ham at 6. Now, listen, this is starting off as a West Ham fan, nah, bro.
No, we're gonna
the transfer window that we just went through.
I wanted to go through that.
Going in through a new team, going through everything. For the lack of a better word, I don't even think we need to discuss why I think West Ham is gonna end in 6.
Let's go up. Signings.
Crazy. But we'll go to 5th, and for me at 5th, I have Villa.
That's exactly who I had.
Yeah, I have Villa. I think they'll do well. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to do very well. I think they'll go out of Champions League early. Mm-hmm. I don't think they have the squad. But because they're going to go to Champions League early, they're going to have a really good squad going for the rest of the year. And I think they're just going to be able to hold their own.
I mess with Villa. I think they're going to.
Yeah, they're on good, man. I think they're good. Losing Diaby is
and Douglas Luiz.
Exactly. 2 of their best players.
But they made some good transfers.
They did make some good transfers. But they're players that aren't I think they need to like settle into the squad and stuff like that, which is why I think the first half of the year is gonna be really hard for him. But then going out, like after what I think would be going out of the Champions League completely, I don't even think they'll end up in Europa League. I think they'll bottom the group. And if they bottom the group and go completely out of Europe, they're focused on
just the league,
on just the league. I don't think there's they're gonna start just fighting and pushing, which is great. And I mean,
especially after the year Ollie Watkins just had.
Yeah,
if he builds on that, or if he just stays with that consistency, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
that team's gonna be great.
He is good, but it's also Ollie Watkins. Like, consistency is a scary word for him.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I hope for the best, but going into fourth, I'm
gonna start this one off for
go
fourth
ahead.
place. I have United.
Ew.
I have bummy, trashy, Red Devils, but I think this is a turning point for them. I like their signings. Like I said, we're gonna get back into the signings later in the video, but I like who they brought in, and also I just think that he has job security. Ten Hag is gonna be there for the year again. I don't know how he made it. I really don't. I thought he was gone. I remember that there was that one report. I forget which journalist put it out. He put it out before the World Cup, before the FA Cup final. Yeah. And they were like, he's gone no matter what. And I'm like, I can't believe this one report. If he's gone, props to this reporter. But other than that, I don't know. I do rate them. I think Bruno's back, healthy, fully healthy. And people were complaining about his play last year. I still think he put great numbers up. He's Mr. Consistent. He is proper United. I just think they're going to be a good team this year.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I have Chelsea there.
At fourth?
Yeah.
You got us up there?
Yeah, over United. I think United are going to plummet. I think United are going to plummet because I've seen the Sancho rumors, but I don't think he'll end up leaving.
No, I don't think
so.
I
think they're going to try to work him into the team. It's going to be a couple months of just not working. I think Ahmad and Rashford will probably start, and Garnacho will probably start on the wings. I think that'll work. I think Xerxes, he's all right. He's a failed wonder kid. He's literally a failed wonder kid.
Oh, he's still young though.
No, but he's 23 now.
All right.
And don't get me wrong, that's young, but he's a failed wonder kid.
He's got a Dutch coach now.
Yeah,
they love each other.
Yeah, but he loves every other player on that team, and it's not working, bro. Onana had a horrible start. Anthony is still bad. Think of what Dutch player that he was playing with at Ajax is working out.
That's true.
I can't think of anyone.
De Jong is the only one that's been good since leaving.
But he not with Ten Hag.
Yeah,
not with him.
Not
with Ten Hag.
Right.
De Ligt had his spell at Juve.
He was not that great at Juve.
Wasn't
That's why
great.
he left.
I think
went to Bayern, and he got dropped for Eric Dyer. Mind you, Eric Dyer was starting over De Ligt.
It's not it, bro. I don't know. I just don't see it working. That being said, we're talking about Chelsea. I think Chelsea signed a whole bunch of mid.
Mid?
Yes.
Pedro Neto, mid?
Yeah, mid. A whole bunch of mid. Where were Wolves just really quickly?
Wolves?
Yeah, where did they end?
They lower mid table.
Exactly.
All right.
No.
Pedro Neto was right. If he's not hurt.
Listen. In terms of consistency, your team can't stay up. The knees don't work. You're literally your two fullbacks don't. They have bad knees.
That's all right. I mean,
don't get
the one. Just
because Ben Chilwell's healthy.
Ben Chilwell's not playing.
Exactly. Ben Chilwell's not
his
healthy.
fault. That's the
Ben
manager's
Chilwell's
thing.
not healthy. Reece James doesn't stay healthy.
Yeah, but we got Malagusto. It's okay.
I'm talking about all the bad stuff. But in reality, I think because of the stature of the club, I think they'll be able to kick on
having
and
the
do
best
stuff like
midfield
that.
in the league.
I mean, you guys locked in Cole Palmer for 9 years.
Another 2.
Come on now. Yeah, you added. He only had 8 years left on his contract.
It was already 8 when he signed.
You were close.
You know,
you were kind of close, but.
God forbid he went to 6.
Yeah. Oh God, be careful. But yeah, man. So I would say, I just think you guys have the somewhat talent. I think Drisby Hall is a fucking crazy signing. So I think
he plays.
I think he'll take a spot there.
Yeah,
I don't see a situation where he doesn't.
The best.
I think Lavia will do well. I think Lavia hopefully stays healthy, and
preseason.
I think he'll be your starting DM over
Between him or
Caicedo.
Caicedo.
I don't see Enzo getting a spot. I think Enzo gets pushed out of a spot. I don't even think Caicedo pushes Lavia out of that spot if he starts off well. That being said, they're 200-pound signings.
It's kind of hard not to play.
Like the politics behind that are going to be hard to avoid. Other than that, what I've been seeing, I'm hopeful that you guys sign Osimhen, because if that's the case, there's a completely different thing there. But right now, you guys don't have anyone up top either.
I'm gonna say a hot take. I rather Nicholas Jackson.
That's crazy.
No.
Third.
Right,
Move on to the next.
Third
Move on to the next. So we're not talking about Nicholas Jackson.
For third, I have Tottenham. I don't even have Liverpool in my top 6, and I was gonna explain that why. I genuinely believe in Tottenham. I think Liverpool are gonna have an absolute howler of a first year under Slot. They're not making top 6. I don't think Liverpool. They can't do it. I don't think they got it.
I'm gonna put my hands up. I have Tottenham there too.
You have Tottenham 3.
Yeah.
So
I don't have United. I don't have United or Liverpool. My fault. It's still not a trophy though.
We got the Audi Cup.
Yeah, my fault.
Oh,
the
no,
Audi Cup. Yeah.
Didn't you guys just get? You just got an Asian trophy
Audi
too,
Cup,
didn't you?
bro. Relax.
Asian Cup, whatever it was called.
The Asian preseason
Yeah,
cup. Ooh, be
Harry
careful.
Kane didn't even want to attend that ceremony apparently.
No. Wait, the one just most recently?
Yeah.
They beat Bayern for it.
Oh, he beat Bayern for it.
They beat
Oh,
Bayern
he
for
didn't
it.
want to lift up the trophy. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
but Bayern won it.
Bayern won it then. So
Bayern won it. He just didn't want to lift the trophy because it was against
Ah.
Tottenham. He was like, all right, hands up.
What a bozo.
But yeah, no. I think Tottenham have made good signings.
Mm-hmm.
Not only have made good signings, Solanke is
Solanke's
the perfect striker for
They
them.
needed that.
The
Exactly what
perfect
they
striker for them.
needed. Richarlison's trash.
Exactly.
And who's the other
But-
guy? Oh, what do you mean? Hold on, Mr. Penguin.
He hasn't played that much, and he's still putting up numbers, bro.
Putting up.
For the amount of numbers.
Didn't he take like 15 games to score his first goal?
But then after that, bro, it's like, yo, bro.
I don't rate him. Should have stayed at
I
Everton.
think having both of them together is fire.
Richarlison and Solanke?
It's not gonna fit.
They're not playing together.
Where's Son gonna play?
I'm saying as a backup.
Yeah, Richarlison as a backup? Yeah, I guess.
Sure.
But
That's all he's good for.
That's all he's good at.
Oh, he's Everton's level for a reason.
No,
He came
we're
from there.
we're complimenting the squad here, brother.
Yeah. Stay over
We're
there.
complimenting the
alright?
squad here, brother. Nah, so yeah, I feel like I like this the depth at striker, like you said.
It's great.
It is good. I think Kuleveski's gonna have a fucking banger year.
I have rated
James
highly.
Madison, if he can stay healthy, which doesn't ever really happen, but is a top signing. I think the Basuma and Sarr like combination back
Sarr
there
is
is
so good.
insane.
And Basuma just came out of nowhere again. I remember
Exactly.
when he was at Brighton, he was so good. He went to Spurs, did nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So good to see him back.
So all that is good, and then just they have a good squad, and there's like as a West Ham fan, I can't admit it, but
It does suck.
but they do have a good
Nice
squad.
stadium.
Yeah,
Such a
exactly,
nice
and their
stadium.
stadium is nice, but it's in the middle of this. Like having been at the stadium, like you're in the stadium, it's beautiful.
You
like
step out.
one of a kind. They did no work on the outside, bro. Absolutely none. It's
It's a
hilarious.
toilet bowl.
Literally, it's in the middle of fucking. Respect to the slums. I don't know, but that's what it looks like. It's like at least like upgrade the area a
Yeah,
bit.
I mean,
But
Chelsea would never.
but yeah, I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
That's what I had. I had Tottenham at 3.
yeah.
I think they're the right team for it. I think this is their second year under Ange Postecoglou. Whatever. I'm not gonna say his
and
name.
just saying.
Ange Postecoglou. There you go. I think he's a great coach. And I think they're gonna do it. They're gonna finish third. They're still not gonna win a trophy. No FA Cup. No domestic cup. It's not no care about. It's not happening. But then we'll just go to 2, and two. I'll go first. It hurts to say, but I think Man City are falling off this year. And that's crazy for me to say because I love when Arsenal loses. I think I just don't want City to win 6 in a row. In my head, that's putting me at a position where I rather City. Is it 5?
Yeah.
Oh,
This was
well,
just
5.
4 in a row.
5.
Yeah,
Jeez,
yeah, this was just
5 in a row. I'm sorry, not 6. 5 in a row is just 4 was already never happened before, and now they're gonna go for 5. I'm over it, man. I can't wait till Pep is gone. But I want Man City second. It probably isn't. They're probably gonna win the league, but I'm gonna put Arteta finally doing one over him.
Yeah.
I think Arteta is just. There's something about his coaching. I feel like he's always there for his team. He's always excited to be there. I'm not saying Pep isn't, but I just think Arteta might have something this year.
Mm-hmm.
And their signings, we'll get onto that a bit. I don't think they did too much, but I don't think Man City did enough either to improve the squad.
I don't.
So.
I mean, I was gonna get into it. I have Arsenal winning the league too.
Yeah.
You said all the right things about Arsenal. They have the team. They have the depth. I think they've made good signings. And we've had this discussion like off camera, but I don't think Calafiori's starting because of Timber.
Yeah.
Even then, Calafiori is a great backup. Like that, like the depth
That whole depth
throughout
back
the
line,
whole
yeah,
team.
Ben
I think they're
White,
still trying to get
Gabriel.
the Spanish midfielder
Mikel Marino.
Marino.
The DM. Yeah.
But just for depth.
Yeah.
I think he'll play really well next to Declan if that was the case.
Dude's 6'3". They just want to keep building the towers.
Yeah, they're fucking huge.
nuts.
But that I will say, I do think they're still missing a striker.
They are.
They are. Kai Havertz is good, but unless he has a breakout like crazy season, I don't think he's
Chelsea
like
waited
gonna
3
go
years
crazy.
for that. It's not
Yeah,
happening.
I don't
It's
think
not
he's gonna
happening
like. I
at
don't see it
Arsenal.
happening, but I do think he complements Saka and
He does,
Martinelli
he does.
well. I think Martinelli is like iffy, but I mean, they have like depth there. They have like players to like
Trossard.
the
Great player,
Trossards, like
great
to
player.
even Nawari if they need it. Like
Yeah, the
players that are
18-year-old.
gonna challenge them and push like these other like the Martinellis. You have to perform because other players aren't. That being said, going into why I think City want, I think, yo, chill out, dog. You want another one? You just threw up. Damn, chill out. It's just
The
cold
saltine
crackers,
cracker.
bro. There's saltine crackers. You want the rest of them? You want the rest of them?
He's got the munchies.
Yeah, get fucked. No, so yeah, I mean to put it blatantly, obviously losing Alvarez is the biggest loss.
And they didn't even make a sign to recover that.
Yeah, I don't.
They're just gonna go
Because
with
Savio's
McAtee.
great. I think Savio's great,
Yeah.
but I don't think you need depth on the left
I don't
because you
think so
had
either.
it already. I think if Savio or he looked at me mad goofy. He was like,
It's good. It's a good saltine.
I'm just watching.
no, I know. I locked eyes with you, and it was just funny. Anyways, back to it. So yeah, I think Savio's a great signing.
Yeah.
But you don't need depth on the left.
They
And I
don't,
know
and
Savio
then-
can push out right, but like you have Foden who can play on the left. You also have Grealish and
he's
Doku.
Foden's better on the right though.
I
Like
do
that-
think he's better on the right. My point is, you have Foden. I mean, you have a Grealish,
Mhm.
you have Doku, and you have now you have Savio. So you have two players there alone, which is just a lot. You know what I mean? But overall, I think it's sick.
They got a good team.
They just, bro, what happens when De Bruyne gets hurt?
Like it always does.
'Cause it-
He always
'cause it'll
and
happen.
Alvarez
It will
is the one
happen.
that stepped into that role. which
Exactly,
was-
and
which was
Alvarez
odd.
killed it in that
He
role.
did, he did.
Even when Haaland wasn't scoring the goals that he needed to,
Yeah.
like he was covering like their asses.
I can't believe he went
and-
for 95 million euros. That's mental to
But
me.
but
It's
it
fair,
is, but it's
I
like-
just think he's at his ceiling now. I don't see any improvement.
oh,
coming
I don't
from
know if he's at a ceiling.
think
I
so?
don't think he's at a ceiling. I think if he gets that role he wants at Atletico, I think he'll fucking cook. I think he was at his ceiling in the Prem.
Mhm.
I don't think he would have like really covered like any
Yeah,
more
that's
than
fair.
that. But
he-
leaving the Prem and going to Spain and playing there, I think he'll be like
Is he getting
Spain's
20
top-
goals a season?
I think he.
If he's the main man at striker or in behind the striker?
Well, no,
They
because
signed Dovbyk,
Griezmann's gonna be playing in
no,
behind him.
Did they sign Dovbyk? No, he went to Roma. That
He
fell
went to
through.
Roma. They
It
signed
was.
Sorloth.
Sorloth, that's what it was.
Yeah, they signed Sorloth. So I don't know. I just don't see. I don't see a situation where he doesn't start. Obviously, you don't pay 95 mil to have someone on the
Yeah,
bench.
for real.
The chances of Griezmann leaving are pretty high. I guess he might be
I
going
think
to
he's
LA.
got one more year, and
Yeah,
then Felix might be on
but
his
he
way
might
out
be
too.
going to LA. You guys might be signing
So.
Felix. So there's a lot there
Yeah.
for him to just like take the reins and really like because he's so young.
Mhm.
He's what 20, like
No,
or 19.
He's 23, 24.
No way, Alvarez is
Yo,
23.
yeah, I'm like 100% sure.
Bro, no, we're checking.
Yeah, check it up, bro.
Nope.
I'm telling you right now, he's 23, 24.
Julian.
Bro, what did I say?
Yeah, he is 24.
He's 24.
I thought he was so much younger than that.
No,
Okay,
he's not
then hands up.
Yeah, I think they signed him, and he was
Hands up.
2021 coming out of, was it River? I think it was River.
I thought
He's playing
I
with
thought he
Enzo.
was younger. I don't know why I thought he was so much younger. But yeah, so that being said, that's our top 6.
All right, top 6 is done.
And it's
Ooh.
there's a little bit of like a neither one of us have Liverpool up there.
Yeah, surprise. I thought you were
So
going to have
just-
him up
just-
there. I'm
just to,
shocked that
like,
you agree
speak
with
on
me
that. I don't think there's a situation where like Arne Slot can figure it out. They haven't made any signings, which I think could be a positive, but for the most part, it's gonna be. A
Yeah, they
negative.
got rejected again.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have the
yeah.
Zubamendi. I remember
They
had
want Zubamendi so bad,
had
but
a
they're just not
Scooby-Doo
getting
song
him.
for
Yeah, they
him
can't
ready,
get him.
and
But
terrible.
Scooby Doo song.
You didn't see that video?
No, bro.
Oh my god.
The Scooby Doo song.
Yes, the fans made a song just for them to get rejected.
Oh, like
That-
yeah, okay, yeah.
so
yeah.
funny, man.
I don't know.
So
I don't
funny.
see him signing, especially with all this like controversy around it. And like Liverpool are so like notorious for like when they put their eyes on someone, they're just gonna go grab 'em.
Yeah.
So like for that to happen 2 years in a row with Caicedo and now with
Even they tried to sign Lavia. They had an
But
agreement
yeah,
with
but-
Lavia that
yeah,
didn't go
yeah,
through.
exactly. It's
Caicedo.
like they were like when Liverpool wants someone, they're gonna go get
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
So
yeah,
now
that's-
that it's continuously not happening, they're getting into a new coach. Salah's like looks like
They don't know their starting striker. Is it
head
Gakpo? Is it
head wise,
Nunez?
he's on his way out. Like he
Yeah,
doesn't really care
he's-
anymore.
He's going to Saudi soon.
Yeah, like I just don't see it working out for them.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, shit. I don't think they're gonna do bad. 7th maybe.
No, I think for
I
the
think
first
I
season
think they'll
under him,
like what 7th with the coefficient they'll get
they might
conference.
get Conference League or something.
exactly.
Like
Like I
that.
think that's what'll happen.
They even might get 6. I'm not even.
No,
saying,
yeah,
like,
no,
it's possible.
there's a very high possibility
Yeah.
that they'll like.
It's
I
still
have West Ham at 6, so
yeah.
Liverpool can very much be there, but it's just Like I think that's where my head is at.
And maybe United are crap, and I'm just overshooting them, and Liverpool are going to step into that role. I'm not.
Yeah,
sure,
I think United will be pretty shit, but
yeah, I'm shocked that you didn't have them in there at all.
yeah, I think United's gonna be really shit. I think United will be worse than them. I don't see like Ten Hag is like we have to stop like Ten Hag won a trophy, but I was like no, you should have fucking fired him. I don't give a
He's
fuck.
won 2, 3.
3.
Is he at 3 now?
Yeah, he's at 3
3 domestic cups.
Oh no, he's at 2. He's at 2.
Is it 2?
2. He would have been at 3 if he won the Community Shield.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
He would have been at 3 and 3. But yeah, all right, let's go to the 3 relegated
teams.
Yeah. Let's go to the 3 relegated teams.
I'm not putting these in. I don't think we should do order for them. I think, or do you want to do an
I
order?
don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just the 3
I'm just
teams.
saying, definitely bottom last 20th place. I'm putting Southampton going right back down.
Oh yeah,
1,000%. They were so bad when they were in the Prem. I know they're a different team now, but they didn't. I don't like. Can you name one signing Southampton have done?
Brereton Diaz. Brereton Diaz.
Not
yeah, no. I mean, I don't even know if he'll start. He was a decent striker in the championship.
Yeah.
But like a decent striker in the championship,
that's
which
not
is
the
not going to
level.
work out in the Champions. I mean, in the Premier League. So I agree with you 100%. I think Southampton. I think if I was going to give a place, 20th, that last. We've been talking about possibly Leicester because they've lost.
They lost their coach.
They lost their coach. They lost. Oh, can you open the door for me? They lost their coach. Not only did they lose their coach, they lost arguably the best player in Dewsbury Hall.
I agree.
Jamie Vardy isn't his legs are gone. Like a whole bunch of stuff. So I think the factors will play, and I don't think they'll stay up. I want them to stay up for the culture, but I don't think they'll stay up.
They still have some decent pieces though, like
Who?
Fatawu.
Yeah, but like
If I'm saying it,
he had a good season in the championship.
Mavididi, whatever you say his name. Dude's a baller.
I think these guys look good in the championship because it's the championship.
And Didi was also
I've seen
class
players
last
come
year.
up and not be able to make it count.
Yeah, that's true.
Like literally, Benrahma got Brentford out of the championship.
Yep.
And he couldn't hack it at West Ham. And West Ham is like a club. Like
Yeah, that's true.
so.
He was your Pyatt replacement, wasn't he?
No.
Was that years later?
It wasn't
2
years
years
later.
later,
It was
right?
like 2 or 3 years later.
Okay.
But it was like we need. I think he was technically like the Lingard replacement. Like when we had Lingard.
Oh,
for
that
6
one
months.
loan?
The 6 month loan
I
where
remember that.
Lingard might have been the best player in the fucking world for 6 months.
That was from January onwards, right?
Yeah, it was literally the second half of the season cooked.
That was crazy.
It was crazy. I remember we fought so much to get him back, and we just couldn't. Actually, no, it might have been before that, but
Could have been.
still.
I definitely have Leicester at 19th
Yeah,
as well.
I have Leicester low, and I think Ipswich will do well.
Nah, they're gonna do well.
I think Ipswich will do well.
Yes,
so
I don't
think
have
they'll
them.
go
I
back.
don't
Exactly.
have them 18.
I don't think they'll go down. I mean, there's a couple teams I think at that point. It's gonna be weird. I don't think Wolves are gonna do well.
I don't think so either.
I think Wolves will go down.
You know what? No. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna retract that statement. I really like their coach. Is it Gary O'Neill? I think it's Gary O'Neill.
It might be. I don't know.
I think he's decent. I think he's a good coach. Crystal Palace, I like what they're doing, so I'm not gonna put them down there. But I think might be. I want to put a funky one up there. I want to say Everton. They were close last year. They were, I think, 16th, I believe, last year. And I remember they were like 2 games off relegation. So, and they lost Amadou Onana. Who else did they lose? They probably lost some other big players. I'm thinking of. I'm drawing a blank, but that's the big piece.
I mean, they might. I mean, I don't think they'll lose Brent Waite this season.
No, not this season.
But they might lose him in January.
Yeah, they could.
But
they
yeah, I
want,
mean
like,
that's a good
60
shout.
M's for him.
I'm gonna stick by the Wolves shout just because I don't think when you lose your best performing player, even though he was hurt for half the season, your best performing player in Neto and like just overall, I mean, you lose Kilman.
That's fair. They did lose Kilman. I forgot about
They
that.
lost their best. Like I just don't see it going well for them.
I think
And
got
like
that
they were
dog.
also pushing they were pushing for a little bit and they couldn't figure it out.
I still think they finished like 14th last year. I know they lost. They didn't have Neto for half the season anyway.
Hold on,
So
you have it in here.
yeah, I'm pretty sure they were 14th or
Yeah,
give
they
or
were
take.
14th. They were
around the
14th.
dot.
Yeah.
Who are the ones that are right above
Forest,
relegation?
Brentford, and Everton.
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
putting
Wolves.
Everton there. I think Ipswich is
Wolves.
going to be that team.
Yeah. Oh, this is why Wolves ended the season with 4 losses.
That's what we're remembering too.
Yeah,
we're
like-
remembering
like-
that patch. And
Yeah,
Neto
like,
didn't
they
play
were
those
really
last 4
bad,
games
obviously.
either. So
Yeah.
that's a good point.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna do someone who's gonna underachieve, someone's gonna overachieve. To get right into it, I think someone who's gonna overachieve is West Ham. I think I said it before. We can get into it now, but I think we've been pushing and knocking for like this. Like I think 2 seasons ago, or because this last season we ended in 9th. I think the season before that, the season that we got Europa League, was because we won the Conference League. So we didn't do well then, but we were pushing through Europe. Now, with no Europe in mind, the depth that the squad has, a new manager who's gonna who I think Lopetegui's gonna do well. I think he's gonna like adapt. I think the players we brought in perfectly suit the needs. And respect to Suchek and Sufal. They have put in an effort. The Czech brothers.
They gotta go.
They don't need to go.
Yes, they do.
We needed like good players there. I think Wan-Bissaka is exactly what we need in terms of like a defensive right back because of the way Emerson pushes up, and I think that Guido will like help cover that.
Wait,
whatever.
Is he gonna start? You think he's gonna start?
Guido started a couple of the preseason games and looked great. I don't think he'll take Alvarez's spot, but Alvarez might not be around for a bit in the beginning.
He got hurt at Copa America.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't. That's what I'm saying. He won't be around for a bit.
Damn.
So I think that's why Guido Rodriguez. I mean, free transfer too.
Yeah,
so,
can't be,
but it's like bringing him in. I think he'll start with James Ward-Prowse and Paquetá or Kudos and Paquetá, depending on how we want to like run that. Because I don't. Obviously, they're not going to not start Fulkrug.
Yeah. Who's class, by the way.
Great signing. But we'll get into the signings. But yeah, so I think everything just lines up for them to kill it, and I think people are kind of counting us out because it's West Ham, and I think the way the club is forcing, we finally got comfortable at this new stadium, like after so long, and just like people fighting for like something different. The fans are comfortable. The fans, I think West Ham have the highest in terms of like attendance percentage.
Oh, boy.
You hate it, but I'm not wrong. We get like 98% attendance for every home game.
Most teams do, by the way.
No.
Yeah.
Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers.
You go look at the numbers.
I'll pull up the numbers.
Pull up the numbers right now. West Ham will be up there, but I'm not saying that the other teams won't be. Chelsea,
Nope.
We only house 44,000 people, so it's very easy to pack that stadium. So I think we're probably 97%. Like, there's no way. But while he's looking that up, I will say for my overachiever, it's probably going to be Ipswich. I love Ipswich. I think they're going to not go – I'm not saying they're going to go into the top 10 or anything like that, but I think they're going to get maybe even like 13th place, which to me, that's overachieving for a championship side that is the level of Ipswich. Kieran McKenna stayed – and he had job offers at Chelsea. Chelsea interviewed him. Man United interviewed him, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember there was like an interview that he had where I think it was the awards ceremony, and they were saying, "Oh, Kieran, what do you want for your birthday?" And he was like, "Oh, if there's any gift I want, it's Omari Hutchinson." And Chelsea did the deal. We sold him to them. I think we got like a little over £20 million for him, plus like a sell-on clause. And he is so good, man. Omari Hutchinson, if you ever watched, I feel like most people have, Olise, when he was at Crystal Palace, Olise and him, they're very comparable in terms of play style, and they're both cutting in on their left, they're both playmaking for each other, for their team, they're both going for goal, like they're very direct players, and I was hoping Crystal Palace were going to make an offer for him, but Ipswich ended up getting him, which is fine. They also got Liam Delap, who I think is a great player that came from City. Their academy, he's a great player, and there's that one dude, Leaf something, their left back. Apparently, he was like killing it in the championship. So I want to see how he does. I never watched Ipswich that much.
A lot about him.
Yeah, I know nothing about him. I just watched Omari Hutchinson highlights, so that's all I know about Ipswich. But I think they're gonna overachieve. What are you taking for your underachievers?
No. Hold on. Because I got the stats.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
No. So remember how you said, "Oh, everyone gets whatever."
I was ducking.
Right? You're right.
Of course, I was.
Damn near everyone's in the 90s. West Ham are at 99.9%.
All right, that's pretty crazy.
St. James Park, Newcastle, 99.7.
No shock there.
99.7. Again, no shock. The Emirates, 99.2.
That's crazy though. That's a big stadium.
The Amex, 99.2.
Okay, Brighton's.
Brentford, 99. Period.
Wow, look at all these 99s.
Right? Where's
all right.
No. Where's Stamford Bridge? 96.9.
All right.
No, don't talk to me.
We had Pochettino, bro. No one wants to come watch Pochball. The fact that we had 96% with Pochball, forget it.
Because David Moyes' ball is so entertaining. What are you talking about?
That's fair,
Granted, like, Anfield's down here. Anfield's at 91.9.
That's crazy. Where United at?
United are, in terms of percentage,
97, 98?
98.2,
Okay,
but they had the highest, obviously, because of how big their stadium is. But
they hold like 80,000 people in that stadium.
70.
Is it 70?
74.8.
Oh, okay.
74.9. So they were getting around 73.5. West Ham was in second in terms of average because we can hold 62.5, and we were holding about 62.4.
This is still the stadium that you're renting, right?
Technically.
Yeah, you're renting the stadium.
Okay,
right?
we might have bought it. I don't know I don't know the logistics behind
it's
that.
It's not even your real home.
No. Don't talk.
Upton Park, baby.
No,
That's the real home of West Ham.
My point is, we've made this our home. All right. So yeah, in terms of overachievers,
The
that
bubbles
in
don't
terms of-
count as seats, by
In
the way.
terms of underachievers,
Yeah, underachievers.
in terms of underachievers, I mean, again, we spoke about it earlier. I think it's gonna be Liverpool. I think people really, really want Arne Slot to do well. I think people really, really want Arne Slot to do well, and I just don't think he will. I think history shows when a manager of Klopp's stature in the club, the Sir Alex Ferguson's,
Yeah,
like
what it does to the team after.
it kills him.
Sir Alex is
It
a great
kills him.
example too.
Yeah, because he was so important to the club. Obviously, club didn't win as much, but in overall, like how important he was to the club, how important the Poch was to the club, how at Tottenham, how
Terrible coach.
like there's so, but he did what
He was the coach. No, I
he
get
did them, and he did them a good service. Bro.
No,
Like,
he
they
did.
fought.
All those years, he
Yeah,
made young
he
people
fought.
worth something.
Exactly.
I get it.
I mean, what he turned Harry Kane into, is
Yeah.
for example. So yeah, so they. I'm trying to think of other managers, a whole bunch, but yeah, There's just so much, you know what I mean. There's so much history on
Arsene
it not
Wenger.
working. Arsene Wenger's exactly. That's the other one I was
It's
thinking
taken
about.
Arteta how many years? It's
Yeah,
taken
but
him-
even then he wasn't like Emery came in. You know what I'm saying? Like all this
yeah.
like
Hey,
think about
look at him now though.
But look at what happened at like the Van Gaals, the David Moyes, all these like they
Yeah,
couldn't
United's been in
hack
a
it. They
mess.
couldn't.
Yeah.
So I just think that the same
Mourinho.
thing's gonna happen with them for a bit. Maybe
What a time.
maybe I don't think they'll be like mid to lower table
Mm-hmm.
like some people have, but I do think that they'll struggle, and I think that the fact that there are no signings, I think Salah will have a great season. I think he's ready
He's always
for
gonna
that.
have a good season. No
He's
matter
always
what.
gonna have a good season, but the likes of like Diaz, the likes of for like
They don't even have like a starting front three. Like,
But that's my point.
Who's
Yeah,
starting left wing for
exactly.
them? Who's starting striker for them?
exactly because Gakpo like
Gakpo could play left wing
are
too.
you- he obviously
Nunez-
prefers the left wing.
Nunez has played left wing too.
Yeah,
Like,
but Nunez, like, are you starting Nunez up top? You hear the shit that company was saying?
what did he say?
He was talking about how Nunez is his favorite rising like young player. It was crazy. He was talking about him and how good of a season he had, and then talking about how good of a season Nicholas Jackson had.
Okay, whoa.
No, no,
Wait,
don't-
I'm not gonna
don't
say.
try-
I was actually gonna say because Darwin Nunez is probably the most complete striker in the league.
Oh.
Besides, okay, wait. Besides finishing, which is obviously the
That
most.
is the main part
the
of a
main
striker.
point of a striker is to finish. To an extent, Firmino's role as a striker wasn't to finish.
Okay, but when
chances.
the ball fell to him in the box, it was in the back of the net.
All right, he's never scored more than 12
Okay,
goals in league
that's
season.
because his wingers were each scoring 20.
That's fair. That's what I'm saying. But not. It doesn't have to be a striker's
Well,
goal.
no.
job to
Look
score
at
goals.
go look at his shot
Well,
percentage. I promise you it's high.
It's pretty bad. I actually have seen that stat. Nicholas Jackson's shot on target percentage is higher than Darwin Nunez's. So
No. I'm talking about Firmino's.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm
For
sure
me,
it's
it's
decent.
definitely-
I'm
it's
sure
definitely-
decent. He
yeah,
also didn't
because-
take that many shots. But
That's
he was
my
more,
point.
alright,
So
he was
when he
more
took
clinical.
shots,
Alright.
if you're taking 40 shots a season, you're scoring
But
12
think about
goals.
this.
That's good.
Darwin can dribble. Darwin is fast as hell. Darwin's great physically. He's great in the air. Just the
Okay,
finishing touch, you know.
He can't pass the ball.
And then to be
he
fair,
can't pass the ball. That's for sure.
He can't pass the ball that well. But,
Okay.
but Nicholas Jackson. Wait.
No. This
That is
guy
a
can't do anything.
No, can't do anything.
No.
You know he had 14 goals and 5 assists in the league in his debut season, in a team that was very unorthodox, no structure
Very-
whatsoever.
Listen, this guy
He
scored.
rolled Saliba.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. He
saying.
scored 4 goals in the game. How many?
3.
3.
It was a hat trick against Tottenham.
Okay.
Okay, Tottenham.
Okay.
You know.
No. I'm not talking about the Tottenham
Do you
game.
remember that one, Mike? Yeah.
No. Let's talk about first off. How many of those goals were pens?
None.
No way he didn't score a single.
No,
pen.
it was like 2 sweaties and then a
Stats. Can you open the door for Charlie?
Yeah.
Stats.
I'm pretty sure he didn't score a pen.
Nicholas Jackson.
I remember Ange
Is it
was
with the
running
H?
this. Yeah. Ange was running that high line for no reason. That's the game that Van de Ven pulled his hamstring because of that. For some reason, like, well, what's going on here? Let's run this high line with 9 men, huh? And then you have Cole Palmer, Enzo, and
He's making a
Caicedo.
point, bro.
Yeah, he made what point?
But everyone's committed to what he's doing, bro.
Yeah, and then
Team behind him, no matter
Okay.
what. Even through that moment, he showed that he wasn't gonna start fucking around with.
and then he conceded 3 goals. Thank you, Ange, for your service.
Bro, he was down by 9 guys, bro.
Yeah, so let's actually put everyone even higher up the pitch with less people. I'm sorry, you just have to retreat.
He was just.
You just can't get embarrassed like that. As a
I don't even think,
as a Tottenham
I think
fan,
a lot of bullshit happened in that game that you're forgetting about, bro.
there was a lot of bullshit. I won't lie, but at the same time, you still got 2 reds. You can't play a high line
At
with
the
2
end of
reds.
the day, they only finished like a puppy, bro.
All right, by 2 points. 2 points, and we had a fully dysfunctional team with injury. You do realize we averaged 7.2 injuries per game. First teamers.
We were injured throughout the.
Ah.
We had so many people out the whole first half of the
We missed both our captains for 6 to 7 months of the year.
We lost Sonny this season.
Oh,
Bro, we lost so many. Bro, Sonny.
How you said own to Sonny,
Nah,
bro?
nah,
Bro, come on,
That
bro.
is-
Respect that Sonny's name, bro.
Sonny.
You lost him for what?
What's
Is that
something
'cause
about
they-
Sonny?
Okay, bro, he was fucking fighting a war.
He
bro.
was fighting a war,
Name,
right?
bro.
You know. Mm-hmm.
Why can I
What
not
age he
find
got?
these
Age he got
stats?
to?
Bro, he didn't score it. I mean, he didn't score a pen. That's why. Just search up the year. Do a Tottenham Chelsea 2024. Or was it?
Yeah, but we lost like 3
Oh
players.
no, you're right. Yeah, PK says no PK.
Of course, it wasn't a PK. He's world class.
He's
Dude
not.
scored tap-ins galore, and he also missed 2 more chances that should have been
I
goals.
want to hear it. I don't know. All I know is that Nicholas Jackson was trash. But
Great striker.
who's your?
What's
Who do you think is your underachiever?
my underachiever? I was gonna have Liverpool, but for the sake of not
something
having the same
different. Yeah,
team, I'm gonna say Crystal Palace. They lost Elise. They're losing Joaquin Anderson to I think it was Fulham that made like a £30 million bid. And they
no, I
want
thought it-
40.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And then Mark Gurhey might go to Newcastle for 65 million or so. That team is distraught. They're just gonna rely on Eze. They didn't even sign that Philogene kid. I think he went to. Did he go to Villa? Philogene. He was from Hull City. He was supposed to be nice. Barca even wanted him. I think Crystal Palace. What did they finish last year? Can you check that? Was there? I think they were 13th.
Crystal Palace.
Were they 13th?
10th. They ended 10th.
No, they're going 15. And I like their coach. I think it's Oliver Glasner. He's a great coach.
I don't see a team doing doing the math, other than Newcastle, which neither one of us have in our top 3, which I think
is a little maybe unfair.
It is,
'Cause
but
they-
we haven't seen them consistently with
Yeah,
Tonali and stuff like
Tonali, exactly.
that. Exactly. But other than that, have they made any signings?
They have.
There was a link here to all this.
Yeah, there is a link. Newcastle. Haven't made any signs of note.
Yeah, I can't think of.
No,
any
I can't
signings
think of a
they
single one. If you just scroll down or press the team at the top,
made.
it'll
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
But Newcastle, they got good players, man. Lewis Hall is finally going to step into that role at starting left back. Livermento's going to push Kieran Trippier out of the starting 11 as long as they don't get hurt. I think Newcastle could be nasty. They're easily a top 6 team if everything clicks and if Isaac stays healthy.
Yeah, no one here of Lewis Hall they signed, but they already
But
had
that was
him.
that was a loan with a mandatory option.
The goalkeeper.
Oh, Vlachodimos.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they sold
okay.
Elliot Anderson as well.
They did sell Elliot Anderson.
For, like,
They
35
sold no one
million.
else of importance. Matt Ritchie is out on a free.
They might sign Madueke, I heard, but that's only if we probably sign Felix. So we'll see
yeah,
what
but Lloyd
happens.
Kelly, I guess
Lloyd,
he's young.
yeah, that's not changing.
But yeah,
the
there's
team,
no one
though.
there. So I mean, you're right. It might be a little unfair, but
Mhm.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely putting Crystal Palace down there. They're dropping this season. I think they're gonna underachieve, and I can even see them almost getting relegated. That might be crazy because they have Adam Warren. They have good players still, but they might
Yeah.
not get the business done.
I just to go back to what I was gonna say. I don't see other than Newcastle, which we didn't mention at all,
Mhm.
which I think would if to take my table into account, 6 being West Ham,
Yeah.
7th, 8th United, Liverpool, Newcastle maybe 9th, Crystal Palace sit at 10th.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I don't see to go through the rest of the list. Brighton is one that we didn't really think about, but I don't see them
I don't see-
doing
no,
anything.
Their coach, he's the 31-year-old coach,
And he's mad young and he's
He
weird.
plays no midfield. I don't.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
has
it doesn't make
everyone on the
sense.
outside of the pitch. I'm lost when I watch.
yeah,
his
it doesn't
teams.
make sense.
But they did make good signings. They,
again,
they
other
just dropped
than-
40 million today.
on who?
Exactly. This it was a 40. I think it was 40. It was some dude from Mainz. He was a right winger. Even though they just signed Yankuba Mente from Newcastle, they just signed 2 right wingers that are left-footed. It makes no sense. I don't know what they're doing.
Any sense. But
Brighton
yeah,
are actually
so-
spending money, and I
So
don't.
my point is,
I don't
that
like
I don't know. I don't see Crystal Palace dropping too far down.
You
If
don't
they
think
end
so?
at 10th, I think they're gonna end around maybe 11th,
think
max 12th.
No, I think they go 15, 16.
Oh, I don't know, bro. I
think-
because I don't think Brentford will do well. I think Brentford are. I think
I think they're on the up though. They signed Fabio Carvalho, which doesn't really change
yeah,
much.
it doesn't
but
change much. I mean, I think
Still
unless
decent
I think Brentford's performance is heavy on just how Ivan Toney does. So
Yeah, and Ivan Toney's probably not going to play.
yeah,
so.
Really?
I don't think
You
so.
don't think
he
so?
might even get a Saudi transfer.
I don't think he'll go to Saudi. I don't think he'll want to go to Saudi.
The only team that
Especially-
makes sense is Arsenal. That's the only team that's missing a striker.
Yeah, but they're not, I don't.
And
They,
don't
haven't.
like
They're
his
not trying
profile.
to, right?
They
They're
don't
not
like his
trying to.
profile.
Yeah, yeah. It just doesn't
Not
make
at all.
sense. I don't see Brentford not starting him. If they have Ivan Toney on there, they're not gonna not start him. Who's gonna start over him?
And Buemo, Vissa.
But they're not playing both of them. They're gonna
they
play
did
them out
last
wide
season, and they
play-
played well together.
because they didn't have Ivan Toney.
Maybe.
Ivan Toney came into the team right away and it
Bro,
worked.
we're forgetting the GOAT, Neil Mope.
Yeah, no, on to the next. Yeah, so I mean, sleeper overrated pick. I think the last thing that's left to discuss is let's just talk about who we think the top goal scorer is going to be, who we
Okay.
think the most clean sheets, and then we'll hit into the transfer windows. In terms of top goal scorer, I think there is a synonymous
Yeah,
Haaland.
it's got to be Haaland.
Like, it's never not going to be Haaland. I said this in the group chat. I think Haaland was getting shit for not having, like, the season he had the first season. People were like, oh, he's not as good as he was. I think he's going to get annoyed by that. And see, I just scored 27 goals, and you said I didn't have a good
and that's
season.
not enough.
Are you telling me I have to score 30 again? And I think he will. I think with no Alvarez, someone who's going to, like, take some of those goals, I think he's going to
I remember Haaland getting pissed every time he got subbed off in, like, the 70th minute, and Julian Alvarez would come on, and he's, like, walking up to Pep all angry after he just scored a brace. And now that no Alvarez is going to be there, who are they going to rely on? James McAtee, I think his name is?
To help,
help
because
Haaland's
Oscar
load.
Bob just fractured his ankle or whatever it is.
He's on
That's
crutches
pretty
now.
big, yeah.
That's going to be 2 months out, probably.
Yeah, I think they'll go out and sign someone now, though, because Oscar Bob was,
I
like,
don't think they're going to sign a striker. I think they're just
not a
gonna rely-
striker. I don't think but I don't think they need a striker. I don't think they need that. I don't, like,
I still think you need a depth option no matter what. But
no,
I think
because
that's what they're
City
gonna
are, like,
rely on.
notorious from, like, not playing with a striker if they don't need it.
True.
Like, they will just play
Put
with, like,
Foden as a false nine or something.
Foden
like
as
that.
false nine, let De
players
Bruyne
like
play
that.
as deep as he needs to
Yeah.
play. I don't think that's the problem. I just think, like, if De Bruyne gets hurt, I think they could try and drag Foden into the middle, but I don't
can see
think that's, like, the best thing for them to do because he plays the best out wide, drifting
wide
into the
right.
middle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Out wide
like,
right. Definitely not left like we saw for England.
Well,
No,
but I think the England thing was like,
That's a Southgate
I don't
issue.
believe that was just his fault. I also don't think he had that bad of a tournament.
I
but-
disagree with that.
But
Did he have a goal contribution?
yeah, but how many players did?
Every frontline player had a goal contribution but him.
Okay, there's 2 other players on that front line.
All right, but I'm talking
Harry
about
Kane,
Ollie Watkins, Cole Palmer, Saka, Jude Bellingham. That's 5 people with a goal contribution that Foden didn't have.
Exactly. That you named the only 5 goals that they scored in the tournament, bro. Like, there
true.
weren't many
There
goals
weren't
scored.
many
I don't
to
even think
choose
they
from.
scored 5 goals because
Shocking, right?
you're talking
I'm
about
thinking
assists.
I said, yeah. I did
exactly.
say
So I
goal
think they might have scored like
contribution,
3 goals all tournament. Like
Nuts.
there wasn't a lot. But
Cole Palmer's clear.
yeah, crazy. I think Cole Palmer. I think Cole Palmer's hit his ceiling.
He
and
has. I
I
think he also. I think he's gonna have a good season. I just don't think he's gonna have the same season, just because of the position that he's gonna be playing in new system. Pochettino loves his cams. Dele Alli back then, you know all about that. I think he just gives them so much freedom to excel, and I just think that Cole Palmer is gonna have a slight downgrade of a season, but that's okay because I think everyone else is gonna have a better season, except Mudryk. Not him.
Yeah, he's gonna play trash. I mean, most clean sheets. I feel like is also like very. I don't see a situation.
It's Arsenal.
Yeah, I don't see a
It's
situation
Arsenal.
where Raya
It's
isn't
clear as
getting
day.
him. Like, it has nothing to do with
It's not even his
a
shot stopping
goalkeeper.
ability, which is actually decent, but
the defense that Arsenal have is
Unbelievable.
going to be
then they have
like unreal.
Declan Rice as a shield, and who else are they gonna put? Mikel Marino if he
If
does
they
come.
get him, if
Yeah.
not, I mean, Partey's still there.
Yeah, but he
Partey's
was getting
still
more.
there.
So I think he had like 8 sub appearances or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
but I
He
mean,
wasn't-
he was also hurt for a lot of the
Yeah.
season, and he still does get hurt. But I think him, Jorginho, are going to
the
be sitting
whole
up
thing
there.
with Arsenal's ball is that they just don't lose the ball. So you can't concede chances if you don't have the ball. So
Exactly.
that's what Arteta loves. He's like, don't lose the ball. So that's why their defense is so good. If you look at the advanced stats for any of the Arsenal defenders, none of them are high in tackles won, interceptions, anything like that, because they don't need to make defensive actions. They have the ball the whole time. So if you look at a guy like James Tarkowski's advanced stats, you're going to see clearances, blocks, aerials won, tackles made, all in like the 90th percentile. But then you have Saliba in like the 5 and 10 percentile. That's just because they always have the ball. So,
Exactly. Yeah, no, I agree
all
with
it
you.
is.
I mean,
but they're going to have
Yeah,
the most
to
clean
keep it
sheets because of
simple.
it. That's for
I
sure.
mean, in terms of assists, really quickly, who do you think?
Assist is a tough one. I feel like that's always a hit or miss. You got like Odegaard, you have your Brunos, you have your De Bruyne. If De Bruyne's healthy, it's him. That De Bruyne and Haaland connection is just.
I don't know if it is.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. I think Odegaard's gonna have like a. He's gonna be like, yo, De Bruyne, it's your time to go. Like, I genuinely think he'll like, at some point in the season. I don't think he will, but at some point in the season, people are gonna start talking about him possibly breaking the record because of how good I think he's gonna be
It's
playing.
20, right?
20. Yeah.
Thierry Henry and
Yeah.
Fabregas has 22. I think
Yeah,
both of them did.
I think it is Henri's record, but
It is,
technically
yeah.
because he got it first. But like remember when Otso got really like he was like at
He was
10.
at, like-
he was at like 10 or 11
before in like December.
Yeah,
And
except
we're like,
I'm
he's definitely gonna break
he
it.
has to break
And he
it.
finished with like 17 or 18.
Yeah, something like that.
That was
But-
awful.
But I think that's what's gonna happen. I just don't think him and Paqueta. Nah, it's
Oh, that was
it's-
a bad time to take water. Paqueta, like, before he goes to Brazil because he's gonna get banned.
no.
Nah,
I don't
he's
think he'll
getting
get banned this year. He's not gonna get
getting
banned this year.
banned.
All right.
If Tonali gets caught that quick, Paqueta's gonna get the boot. He's gone.
No, but Tonali, It's different. Tonali's
Yeah,
is so simple.
Tonali
was
got snitched on. That's why.
but Tonali's is like he was doing it. It's like Ivan Toney.
That's
Like
true.
he was
This
the one
is
doing
like
it. Paqueta had you have to do so much research because it was like his cousin in Brazil was
yeah.
possibly having someone put a yellow card bet on him, and he was possibly getting the
He
money.
was time wasting on purpose all the time. Like it
No,
was
but
obvious.
that's
It was
watch
obvious
Paqueta,
to
watch
see.
Paqueta play all the time. That's just his style of play. He's just a dickhead. Like I swear, like he was tackling people for no reason, stuff like that, and he wasn't getting yellow cards. And he was getting yellow cards, and he'd go back at it again. He's like, I don't care.
That's
It's
true.
just
Could
his
be.
style of play. But listen, that's neither here nor there because I think he'll play the full season. That being said, let's get into these transfers. It's the end of it. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like letter grading. So I'll read out. We'll go team for team, and then we'll each give like a letter grade, and then I'll go through them. We'll see what it is. That being said, we're gonna start like this is starting with Arsenal. I'm assuming it's in like alphabetical order.
It definitely is.
I'm gonna go right off the bat. I'm gonna give him like a A minus.
Who'd they sign?
Who they sent? Calafiori,
And
Raya on a full.
okay, that doesn't. I'm not counting that because that's just someone they already had. That's it. A
You're right.
minus.
You're right. Yeah.
That can't be an A minus.
Why not?
We're talking about we're grading transfer windows.
Yes, their window was good. What do they need?
Good is not A minus. Good is like a B minus.
No,
B is good.
But my point is, what else do they need other than possibly someone to like, if his goal is to play with another striker?
I think missing out on a striker signing is so important because Jesus is always hurt. He's gonna get hurt again. Havertz is not that guy unless he turns into that guy. Not signing a striker might be the most impactful thing for their season, and if they don't sign a goal scorer, they might not win the league because of that. They need a proven goal scorer. Martinelli had an iffy season. Saka was carrying the load and, limping when he has a bad game. But it's okay. We won't talk about that. I love Saka.
I know Lyles.
But Saka, I mean, Arsenal in general, they didn't sign enough people for me. I don't think they needed enough people. I think Calafiori is a great depth option or starting left back hybrid inverted player, whatever they need to do. I think he's great for it, but they needed that striker. In my opinion, they should have went. They tried getting Gyökeres from Sporting. They were linked to Tony at one point. They even were linked to Osimhen at one point. But not getting that through the door, I think, is detrimental to their season, which will probably give City the 5th league title in a row. It's a B minus for me.
I hearing what you're saying, I think you're right. I think I'll go down to like a B, just because I do agree with you. I think the striker signing is important, and I do think that looking at it now, losing Emil Smith Rowe, and still not signing a striker is pretty important. They lost El Neni. Nuno Tavares is obviously gone. Sergio Suarez obviously.
They even lost Chibo Odi Martin. Dude, that dude scored like 9 goals in one game for their academy team, and he went to United, I think, for compensation.
That was this year?
That was.
I don't see it.
It probably didn't pop up yet, but they lost him on a free. So, but they have Nwari. Nwari.
El Nwari, yeah, Ethan Nwari.
Ethan Nwari, yeah.
So you said what? B minus?
I said B minus.
I'm gonna say B. So we're around B minus. But
because you're gonna hear A minus transfers, and you're gonna be like, nah.
You know what? You're right. I hands up. You're right. I just in my head it was like they don't need to do much. There isn't much that they need to do,
which
so
is fine.
that's where my head goes.
So who's next on that list?
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna say A minus for them, and that's only because they signed. Let's lift some. Philogene went there. I don't think he's gonna be the starter anyway. But they got Amadou Onana to replace Douglas Luiz, which is very important. Douglas Luiz is a great player. They signed Ian Matson, who I think is such a good fullback, man. He could play wing. We played him as a right wing in preseason last year, and that was ridiculous. But he got 2 assists.
Yeah.
Left back option. He was in the Champions League final. He did make an error to one of the goals, but Adeyemi also missed a couple chances. It's all swing and miss. So, but who else did they sign? Do you have that list up? They have.
Yeah. I mean, I can go down the whole list.
Yeah, Amadou
Cameron
Onana.
Archer.
Cameron Archer is a good player.
Philogene.
The
left winger from Juventus, Samuel Iling Jr.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's good too.
Lewis Dobbin. Enzo Barreccia.
Okay, you know what? Maybe
Ross Barkley.
Wait. Ross Barkley's he was great for Luton. He might just be what they need too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna say A minus.
I think honestly A minus or
I think
B
the only
plus,
reason the only reason why it's not higher than an A minus is because you lost 2 very important players in Diaby and Luiz. But other than that, if I'm honest with you, I would say this is.
I'm gonna bring it to B plus because there's other teams I'm thinking of that can have that A minus grade, and I don't want to give Aston Villa that grade.
I am because I think Onana is. If there's someone to like bring in instead of when Luis leaves, it's him. I think Ian Matson, like you said, is gonna be great, and how
The way they play with their fullbacks.
how versatile he is
Yeah.
also really good. And then Cameron Archer, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a good he's gonna help out, take the load off Ollie Watkins a little bit whenever he needs. I know Ollie Watkins doesn't always stay fit, so
Yeah,
things like
sure.
that. Going into it, oh sorry, go
They
ahead.
even have like that Morgan Rogers dude, who I think is a pretty talented player. I think he came from Sunderland, if I'm wrong, but that was in January, so that doesn't even
Yeah,
count.
it doesn't even count. But now we're going into Bournemouth.
They lost Solanke, and to
Yeah,
make
so-
up for it, they signed Sinistera.
Sinistera and Unal,
Yo,
the Getafe one. No one else here that I'm like.
they might go
aware
down,
of.
man. They might go down. That might be a team to watch.
You might be right because they lost Solanke, they lost Keith Moore, they lost Lloyd Kelly, Jamal Lowe.
Yeah, those guys are nobodies to me.
Not even players that obviously.
That's a C
Yeah,
plus.
that's about it.
Sinistera is great, but
Yeah.
besides that,
Because
I don't
Sinistera,
rate
they
that.
already had Sinistera was on loan there. Already.
He was right. He
So
was already
and
playing
so was
last
Enes
year.
Unal. So it's obviously it didn't work
Ugh.
out then. So
That's a C
that's
minus.
that's
window.
yeah. I was gonna say
That's
that's
a C minus. D,
Yeah.
D window right
yeah,
there.
yeah. It's the thing is for Bournemouth. I'll say
They just wanna
maybe a
survive.
C. It's they're not trying. They're not gonna go out and sign the biggest players. They're not.
Not at all.
So taking the loans and
Mm-hmm.
making them work. Bournemouth. Where'd they end?
Bournemouth finished pretty close to the bottom. I want to say
Yeah,
16th,
I think it was
17th.
16th, but it's
So
I would have expected them to go down.
yeah, they
so.
might go down this year. Then
Yeah,
now that
yeah.
we said that list before, maybe
Yeah.
they might go down.
Next is Brentford.
Brentford, they signed Fabio Carvalho and who else?
Igor Thiago. I don't know who this is, but Brazilian.
Oh,
from
is
Club
he the
Brugge.
striker?
Yeah.
He just tore his ACL. He's out. That was
Oh,
a striker
wow.
signing that was going to replace Tony, and that's
wow.
probably why Tony hasn't left yet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I felt so bad. That was, I think, one of their most
I didn't know
expensive
that.
signings. How much was it?
25.
Yeah, I think that was a record signing
Pounds,
before Fabio Carvalho happened.
Damn.
So
Okay, but yeah, so
for that window, that's also in my head. That's
yeah,
a
because
C.
at that point it's just Fabio Carvalho.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That might be even
and-
C minus because
yeah.
they're not improving their team
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So,
I would say it's C
I'm
minus.
at C minus as well.
Especially because they haven't gotten rid of Ivan Toney. I feel like if they had gotten rid of Ivan Toney,
And then
it would've
use
been
that
a
money
bit
for
different.
something
Yeah,
else.
It's even better. But I'm gonna agree with you. C minus. Next is Brighton, which is always a long list.
And I don't think they added the guy that got signed today.
Who
but,
they?
the
The
guy from Mines. I don't know if it shows.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I-
yeah.
Is he's already there?
Gruda?
Yeah, Gruda. How
Yeah,
much
yeah.
was he? Was he 30 or 40?
30.
Oh,
Oh,
30.
Yeah, 30.
Okay. So
Actually, and
they
to
got-
correct myself, they paid 33 for Igor Thiago. I was looking at the value, not the fee.
yeah. So they got
Um,
Yankuba Minta. They got
yeah,
that dude.
Gruda, Mats Weifer, Ibrahim Usman.
They always find diamonds in the rough, though.
Yeah,
That's just what
I
Brighton
like
does.
the thing is, I don't like. I would almost not even give them a grade
Mhm.
because
I really like Yankuba Minta.
like-
I think that's a great signing, but
Yeah.
their coach, I don't know how he plays. So I don't know if they're going to fit that well.
oh no, sorry, I'm gonna retract that statement. They're getting a C because they lost Gross.
Yeah, that
They
is true.
lost Gross, and Lalana was helpful there, and he's not there
I
anymore.
think C's a little harsh. I'm gonna give it a C plus. I like they spent money. They spent how much? 30.
Total, they spent 120,
120 for Brighton. Brighton doesn't spend money like that.
but they spent money on
Youth,
one,
like they always
one,
do.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players, and
That's it.
one of them is 20, and one of them is 24. Everyone else is under 20. They brought in a couple players up from the Brighton
That's
academy.
smart, Yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
saying
that's about it.
C plus. 120 million? Are you kidding me for Brighton? C plus minimum.
Well, they got someone on loan from MK Dons, but I don't think that's a goalkeeper.
Nah, not important.
Yeah, so no, I'm gonna stick with C.
All right, I'll say C
Yeah.
plus. What's next?
Chelsea. B minus.
Give me the list. It's Pedro Neto.
Pedro
it's
Neto, Drewsby Hall, Philip Jorgensen, Omar Kellyman,
Amari Kelly. Yeah.
Aaron Alsamino,
Oh, Alvin Samino. he's
Renato
on loan.
Vega, Caleb Wiley, Mark Gui,
Okay, I'm good. I'm
and
gonna say B minus.
Adebayo or whatever.
Adebayo,
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah,
Adebayo.
the center back.
They
who's on
lost
a
Ian
free.
Matson, obviously, Lewis Hall, Thiago Silva is no longer. Obviously I was free.
Conor Gallagher's about to
Ziyech
leave.
left on a free. Malang Sarr, and obviously the Colin Gallagher like that.
Is Pedro
whatever.
Neto on that list? Did you say that? Or
Yeah, I
was that
did.
said?
I
Okay.
started with Pedro
B
Neto.
minus.
Well, I
think-
might have not said it because you said it first. But
What do you grade it?
I'm giving
said-
a B minus.
you said
If
B
it's
minus?
if it's not a B minus, it's a C plus. Just because I think Pedro Neto is okay.
He's not okay. He's class.
He's okay. He is
okay.
not 60 million.
He's
He is not. He's a 40 million
it's
max.
It's
pound
52
player.
million pounds. It's a 60 million euros.
No,
right?
it's-
It's 60 plus 3
It,
million
it is
euros.
60 million euros. Yeah, you're right.
so
But
52.
it's still a lot. He's not a 60 million euro player. I
still
just don't think he is.
I think he is about 40, like you said, but I don't disrespect the price that we paid because at the end of the day we overpay a lot of players clearly. So
Yeah, but I think I mean that has to take it. I'm taking that into account because I do think that he's just not that.
in the first 10 games of the season, he had 7 assists last year, and then he got hurt,
bro, but
and then he
then
came back and got more assists. That
at
dude is a
Wolves,
dog.
he, like I don't see a situation
Exactly.
where
Now
he's
in
able
a better
to keep
system, better team that
that.
thrives.
A better system.
Maresca's system is clear of what Gary
Oh my
O'Neill's doing.
God.
They just need time to work it out. Just need time.
They need a whole season to
Pedro
work it
Neto
out.
might be the highest assister in the league if he gets the minutes.
I promise you, he's not. I'll put money on the fact that he's not.
How much you want to put?
$20, $100.
Well, okay,
$100.
wait. If he doesn't get injured the whole year, I'm saying like
If he doesn't,
If he
if he
plays-
gets injured, we just void it.
they're voided. It's voided.
Okay, if he doesn't get injured at all, he won't be the highest sister.
Deal.
Sorry.
All right.
$100.
$100?
Yeah,
You
fuck
just said
that.
20. $100?
Yeah, I went up to
Fine. All
100.
We're doing 100. If he
100.
plays over 33 games,
This is on record, by the way.
that's fine.
You're gonna owe
Put
me
it on- leave
$100
it on
at the
record.
end of the season.
That's if he plays over 33.
Alright.
Highest assister. Easily.
Yeah, he won't.
He will.
Keenan Drisby Hall, I think, is
Great
out of all the signings, that is the best signing.
The worst part is I don't know if he starts.
I think he. Who?
If you
all
think about
go
it.
ahead. Where?
I'm the Chelsea fan, so let me
yeah,
explain
go ahead.
something.
Go ahead.
So Maresca likes to play with an inverting wingback, just like how Pep likes to play with a libero type. So he wants their center back to go into midfield. We have one of our fullbacks to go into midfield. So what we're gonna do is Cucurella is gonna play as the left DM in the pivot, and then you're gonna have either Lavia or Caicedo in that role. Then above them, you're gonna have the box midfield of the 4. So now you have a right cam or a right center mid and a left center mid. Dewsbury Hall at Leicester played the left center mid role perfectly. He likes to space out that line. You have the wingers with depth, and the wingers will have Dewsbury Hall in the half spaces, trying to play reverse balls in, shooting across the body, stuff like that, crossing the ball. The problem is you have Nkunku and you have Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer is easily going to take that right center mid, right attacking mid spot, while you have either Madueke or Neto on the right wing, or even Sterling. So now you have this left center mid spot, which is supposed to be for Dewsbury Hall, but where's Nkunku going to play? His best position is right in that pocket. And then we're probably going to play Jackson, or if we sign Osimhen, we're going to play Jackson or Osimhen up top. Dewsbury Hall might not play over Nkunku or Palmer or something like that.
And Kuku will start over Jackson.
During
I
preseason, he
think, I
didn't
think
look good
they
at striker.
want to play him up top.
They do, but I don't
You
think
were
they
talking
will.
about playing him up top last
I
season.
I did.
I think
And then,
you convinced yourself that he was a striker when no one else thought he was.
All right, he's a-
and now you realize he's not a
Alright,
striker.
He's a striker, but he's a second striker. Like, he always played with a big body next to him. That's how.
yeah,
Yusuf
well, yeah.
Poulsen-
But that's with a lot of players.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm trying to get at. I think he is a striker, just not a lone striker.
I don't see a situation where Drisby Hall doesn't push his way into that team. Like I think he will.
We'll
And
end up seeing soon.
I don't see like he has the experience.
Mhm.
Not just that, he has that's the profile of a player.
He also hasn't been starting in preseason. Enzo has been playing that left center mid role
Yeah,
too. So we'll
but-
see. And you just can't
I'm
bench.
just gonna get canceled soon again. So,
He's not gonna-
but yeah. So what would you say? I said B minus. You said
I said B minus as well.
yeah. Okay, so B minus.
If we get Osimhen,
if you get Osimhen,
A
that's an
window,
A. If
easily.
you get Osimhen, that is A window. Crystal Palace is next. They brought in Ismail Yassar and
Decent
Shadid Riyad.
that's about it, right?
Dachi Kamada, the
The-
attacking midfielder
oh, okay,
from
okay.
Lazio. That's about it. They lost obviously Elise. They lost Scott Banks, who I don't know who that is.
C window.
Just losing Elise is huge.
Man, huge. Especially for the money that they paid, only 50 million euros.
Yeah.
Chelsea wanted to pay 60 million pounds for him, but it's the Prem fee, so they said we'll accept less money if he goes abroad. So that's what they did.
Yeah.
We
And
could have him for 35 last year.
yeah, I think Ismail Yassar is a good addition.
I think
don't
so,
think
too.
I don't
He's
think
older, though.
he's not going to cover up for Elise.
No, he's 28.
He's 26.
Is he 26?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
26.
okay.
He's not that much older. I think they got him for a really good deal, 15 mil,
15 mil from Lyon.
and
right?
that's euros. So
yeah, so 12.5 million pounds.
yeah, it's not a lot.
Sick deal.
And
But
I
that's
don't know
a
anything
sick
about
boot. Like,
Riyadh, but a Betis center back, I think that'll probably help.
that front three is actually not too bad. It's just what's behind it, especially if you're
In
losing
the
Gurhi
midfield
and
yeah,
Anderson.
yeah. I mean, they signed a good center back, and if they don't, as of right now, they haven't lost him. And if they don't lose him, I think that team will
Yeah.
do well.
So would you give?
But I'm gonna
what's it
give
rated?
him probably a C plus.
I'm gonna say C minus or C. I don't think they did enough, especially if they're losing people. C minus.
So like a C.
I'm actually gonna say C minus.
Oh yeah, so like they
I don't
average
rate
out to
them.
like a C.
I don't rate that window.
We're at Everton.
Everton.
They signed Jack O'Brien from Olympique Lyon, which is a center back.
Okay.
Ndaye, the Marseille
Uh-huh.
striker, and Iro Bunam.
D plus.
Yeah, there's
Terrible window.
Onana and Ben Godfrey left.
Did he? Godfrey left?
Yeah, Godfrey left. Went to Atalanta for 12. So there's nothing here
That's
that
a
is
D window.
Yeah, there's literally.
They are going down.
They lost their best player.
They did?
Arguably, and signed Jake O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
So like
What a deal.
I would say that that's a D window as well. Not even to like sit on it much.
Yeah.
Fulham.
All right, well, okay, Fulham, they got something going. They got ESR. Who else did they get?
ESR. You mean Emil Smith Rowe?
Yeah.
Don't call him
Come on,
ESR.
baby,
No one's
ESR.
ever called Emil Smith Rowe ESR.
ESR.
George Cuenca, Ryan Sessegnon.
He came back.
And he came back on a free too.
Good for him. He's gonna revitalize his career, I hope.
Let's see. Obviously they lost Palinha,
Tottenham ruined
Tim
him.
Ream.
No, bro, he's just had a lot of injuries.
That's about it in terms of Bobby Cordova Reed went on a free to Leicester, which I wouldn't say is the best.
Know about that.
And the center back that you guys signed, you guys got on a free as well.
Mhm.
Willian is gone technically because he's without a club.
So it's just ESR.
He's not signed.
But they are in rumor. That's the one that's going with Joaquin Anderson. They want to sign him. They already bid £30 million. Palace want 40. So if they get him, better window. But
They
now
haven't. I mean, they don't really have. I mean, they have the Palinha money, but yeah, I guess there is some type of money there. But they spent 30 on Emil Smith Rowe, so
yeah, C-. One player might even C-. I think it's unfair. To
I think
say
Emil Smith Rowe. I think Emil Smith Rowe will play well.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
They
About
have a decent little squad though. That
Yeah.
Muniz dude. They have Andreas Pereira still. They have ESR now. So I think they're gonna do. They're gonna do okay. They're not gonna do great, but
Yeah.
What are you grading him? C- too.
Yeah, C-.
What's the next team?
Ipswich. Amari Hutchinson,
A window for Ipswich.
Jacob Greaves,
Great player.
Leon Delapt.
Great player.
Is that Ronnie Delapt's son?
It might be. I'm not sure.
If it is, his throw-in's about to go crazy. Muric, the
The goalie
Burnley,
from Burnley. Yo,
yeah.
he is so good.
Is he?
Yeah. They paid how much for Trafford last year? £20 million, and he outtook his spot.
Oh wow! I didn't know
Muric
that.
is him. I remember watching, bro.
I
He
didn't
has so
know
many
that.
good
I
games
didn't know
against
that.
Chelsea.
They got Ben Johnson, I think he's pretty good. The West Ham right back. He got on a free.
Okay. I don't know much
Connor
about
Townsend.
Alright,
And
I
they
might
didn't
be-
really lose anybody. Like I mean,
him.
none of
How
these
much did
people
they
look
spend?
important.
How much was that in total?
They spent 72 euros,
72?
and they. Oh wait, no.
That's a lot of money for a team coming up with
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah, yeah.
That's a lot.
It is, but
All right. That's a B+ window.
I think it's a B-. I don't
That's
think
fine.
anyone.
I
there is-
just rate Omari highly, and I rate.
Yeah,
Liam
but that's
Delap
because you're a
highly.
Chelsea fan.
No, it's not because I'm a Chelsea fan. I
It
just know that
is,
dude
bro.
is.
You say you about every Chelsea youngster.
butter.
Remember how good Callum Hudson-Odoi was?
And look what he's doing now. All right, he got
Jack
his-
shit.
Okay, well, what do you mean? He was class for Forest. Yes, he was. And let's be honest here. If it wasn't for that damn pitch in the United States where he got his Achilles slashed, he would have been. Callum Hudson-Odoi was one of the highest potential people I've ever seen.
Literally, Chelsea fans were the only people saying that.
Sorry, ball man.
Chelsea fans were the
Maurizio
only
Sarri
people
here.
saying that.
He was world class.
telling
He
you.
was going to be world class.
I don't know.
The way that he played, watching Hazard play ahead of him, like he was destined.
No,
Great
I
player.
don't know. But I think it's happened with a lot of youngsters too.
That is true, especially Chelsea youngsters.
Yeah,
Let's talk
exactly.
about that.
But yeah, so what did we say for that?
I said B+. I really rate that window.
Yeah, I said like C+. So
You don't know ball. That's why.
C. I'm gonna say C+. I don't know if I said C+. I'm gonna say C+. So we'll sit at around a B.
Don't know.
I just don't. I don't. You only. No,
I just rate
no,
Ipswich.
no, we're not going.
Kieran McKenna's a good coach, and they got good signings to follow it up. Great window.
Leicester City. Fatawu.
Great signing.
Okolai.
I have
Okolai.
no idea.
Atalanta center back. Golding. Oh,
Michael
Chelsea.
Golding?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. For $5 million, but
Yeah.
he's a 17 or 18.
But I will say, getting Cordova on a free,
That's helpful.
Buonanotte on a loan.
From Brighton? Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know he went there.
Yeah. And Harry Scotter.
Yeah, whoever that is.
Sotar, the center back from Sheffield. And I think they got a good amount of money for Drewsby Hall. Obviously,
Yep. 30
Kalichi went left on a free. Mark O'Brien and Pride went like.
Pashandaka's still there, right?
It doesn't say he left, so I'm assuming he is. Yeah, I would rate that like a C+ as well. I think Fatawu is all right, but
I think that's all they got.
Yeah, I
That's
think like in
of
terms of
North.
like.
I'm gonna say C.
Yeah, I would say yeah. I was gonna say.
They just came into the Prem. That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
to try
like,
to stay up.
They literally 17
They're going down.
million euro signing isn't anything crazy.
They're going down.
We're at to Liverpool now. There's literally no one on this list, and they lost Carvalho, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So I would say
D window. You didn't make.
I'm not gonna give him a D.
What do you mean? They didn't make a signing.
Yeah, but they don't like. In reality, what do they need? Like maybe
Yeah.
a helpful DM and possibly a striker, but you're not unless you're gonna give up on Darwin Nunez, but they're not.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
like
just
it's
midfield
maybe
in general, like, you have
it's just one
Szoboszlai.
midfielder because obviously Thiago retired.
Yeah.
Um,
Who are they gonna play in that midfield? Is Trent gonna actually step into that role? I'm not
I
sure.
don't think so
he is.
because that'd mean Connor Bradley is taking the right back spot. But I don't think he is. I don't
Connor
think so.
Bradley's so good. I feel like
He's
he has
alright.
to get some minutes.
He's alright.
He's not right. Okay, maybe that's why, because I watched the one game against us in the final. And
Yeah, there was one game.
He just tossed us around. It was so
One game.
embarrassing. He looked like prime Cafu.
I don't know. I think one game isn't enough.
Fair.
But I will say they haven't made any signings, so I'm gonna give them a
D.
C minus
See, how can it be a C?
because they
minus
don't
when
need
signed?
that many signings, and the window isn't over.
They
And
lost the manager.
getting
They're not even backing
20
the
million
manager.
pounds for Fabio Carvalho.
Yeah, but
good.
you gotta back your new manager with at least one statement.
I think that's his choice. I don't think he wants signings.
Or
I don't.
it's just FSG being a terrible ownership, like they are.
But it's not like they're not offering money for Zubimendi and stuff. Like they are
That's true.
offering
It was
money.
Like, it was like a lot. It was like 50,
exactly. Like
60, so.
they're just trying to like.
They offered 110 for Caicedo last year.
It got accepted. Don't act like it didn't get accepted.
I know it got accepted.
Yeah, that's not anyone's
So-
fault. But like,
Besides Caicedo loving
yeah.
the club,
all right, let's go into City.
so Savinho on a free.
Savinho was not on a free.
Oh no! Well,
It
they
was
bought him back.
25
Right.
euros, but
I just forgot. Like he was
obviously
but
Julian Alvarez left for a lot. The main reason I'm not going to give them anything lower than like a B minus
Mhm.
is because of how much they got for Julian Alvarez,
that's so much money.
and it's a good amount of money that is going to like it's going to help.
Mhm. Who else came in? It was just
So just Savinho because Calvin Phillips is back, but I think he's leaving.
West Ham legend.
That's literally about it. Joao Cancelo technically is back.
C window. Just because I like Savinho, but
Yeah, they
that's
lost
not-
Sergio Gomez. They sold.
It's a C minus window probably, but I'm gonna say C just because I like him. They don't. That's
What
the
did I
one
say?
team that
B
doesn't-
minus? Is that what I said? They couldn't get
No, you
lower.
said
Than? I
C.
said C minus,
You
right?
said C
Yeah,
minus.
so I'm gonna give them a C minus.
Yeah. They don't need
They're
anybody.
everyone's gonna rewatch this and be like, they've been like skipping around. Like I've said like 7 different things to
That's
each
okay.
team.
It's a run.
So yeah, I would say C minus. Going into United,
Great window.
nope. I'm sorry. I'm
No.
sorry. I'm giving them like a B.
Oh, okay.
A
B's
B
not as bad
minus.
as I thought you were.
I thought you were gonna give
No.
them an A.
I was thinking A minus B plus range.
I'm giving them B minus.
I'm gonna say A minus. They revitalized that defense. And granted, Lenny Yoro just got hurt for 3 months.
Lenny
but-
Yoro just got hurt for a long time.
but that-
like I said, Delict is a failed wonder kid.
Okay.
Xerxes failed wonder
They
kid.
just went from
Mazuari
yeah.
instead of
they don't need him.
Wan-Bissaka.
They have Dalot. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but like,
That's just cover.
don't get me wrong.
It's good
I'm
depth
happy
signing.
that we got Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
Mazuari is just not as good,
He's nowhere near as good.
and he's not
the
as
level.
good.
But the problem is they don't need someone that's good. Wan-Bissaka was probably making a lot of money under United, and they just needed to get him off the
You don't think Mazuari is?
Definitely less.
You think Mazuari is taking less money than he was making at Bayern?
I think
like,
so. I don't think
and
he's making
Delict,
much.
like, no
I'll-
way he
I'll
wasn't.
go on Capology right now. I don't think he was making
I
that
don't know,
much.
bro.
So we'll see about that.
I don't
But
know.
think about that defense that they got now. They just replaced.
They lost.
Maguire.
Oh, they lost Rafael Varane
I'll
too.
say Rafael Leon. Oh my God.
No,
No, Varane. Yeah, he went to Como.
Yeah, exactly.
But think about it like this: they just replaced Lindelof, Johnny Evans, with Delict and Lenny Yoro. That's huge. That's a huge.
I don't
addition.
rate Lenny Euro that much yet. He's fucking
Not yet,
18.
but I think he's
He's
class.
18, and I just don't think that he is like a 60 million pound player.
Not
or a
yet.
Euro player.
He's not a 60 million euro player now, but he's.
I
gonna
think
be.
Delict comes into this team right away with
Easily.
with
They got him for a great deal.
no
44
with
million pounds.
with
whatever it
Martinez. I think he goes into the
Yeah.
team right away with Martinez.
was. Lissandro Martinez.
But my
and
point
Delict.
is, we're at a point now where he's literally just building Ajax back.
He is. It's
Like
disgusting.
we've known it for this whole
Onana,
time.
He had,
But Onana,
he had
like
Van
the
de
two
Beek, but
center
that
backs,
wasn't his signing. But
even then,
also
but-
Anthony.
Anthony,
Who else are we missing?
obviously the two center backs.
Yeah, Lissandro Martinez.
Xerxes. I mean, I don't think he was playing with because
I don't
Xerxes
think-
was Xerxes there.
I don't think so. I
I don't know, but it is literally just like he's like it's so blatant.
yeah.
And losing Wan-Bissaka, I think, is big. Getting 26 million euros for Greenwood is crazy.
Yeah.
But then getting 500K for Van de Beek is insane.
It's supposed to go
'Cause
up
I
to
think-
4 to. It said 4 to 5 million after add-ons if he hits them. So it's not.
I think he
500K,
will
but-
because he's going to Girona. I think he's a good player.
And
I-
Girona's a good team. They're owned by
Yeah,
City,
yeah,
so
exactly.
They know how to play football.
Yeah,
So
so I'm gonna give them. What did I say? I said a B. I'm gonna stick with that B
I'm gonna.
because I think that the Lenny Euro business
I
is
really like
insane.
Xerxes too. I feel
Hang-
like Xerxes plays as well.
I don't think
He's a
that
fun
good.
player to watch.
And paying that much for
Alright.
like, but they're overpaying.
B
Let's put it that
plus.
way.
B plus. How much did they
Alright.
spend in total that window?
160.
B plus.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. B plus.
lot.
For that player, yeah, B plus for that quality.
So now we're going into Newcastle.
They didn't
Lewis
sign him,
Hall
right?
for 33 euros.
They already had him, so that's out of my head.
Vlacomitis, whatever it is.
Lacademos.
Lacademos.
Okay, back up to Nick Pope.
Osula,
Don't know who
Osula,
that is.
Lloyd Kelly, and John Rudy on a free. They lost Elliot Anderson. They lost Yankuba Mente.
C minus.
Yeah,
Maybe D.
I'm actually gonna agree with you. I'm actually gonna agree on a C minus because losing Matt Ritchie, although he's older.
He is older. I think losing Minta sucked, but they did that for PSR reasons. So that's why.
I don't know. I agree with you. I
Elliot
don't think
Anderson.
there's much to discuss here. I think a C minus. Nottingham Forest.
What did they do?
They brought in Elliot Anderson, Nikola
Nemeka? No way.
No, Milenkovic.
Oh,
Jota Silva.
the Serbian center back. Yeah.
Yeah, they brought in a bunch of
Mid.
mid.
But they always buy mid.
But it is mid. It's not
That's-
enforced.
that's
It's
just
not
what they
enforced.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not enforced. So.
They just overspend on players and buy a bunch of them.
Yeah, and I mean they got
Killer Navas was there.
crazy. One of the greatest goalkeepers that.
So disrespectful, that move.
So no, I mean he just wanted game time.
I
bro.
guess so,
He wanted
but did
game
he-
time. I don't blame him.
Did he even play?
They disrespected him at Real Madrid, then they disrespected him at
PSG when they
PSG,
signed
and he
Donnarumma.
went there, and it was like at least I get to play.
Yeah, I guess
And
that's true.
and Navas always has and I don't know what it was, but like that loan spell was horrible. It made him look like shit.
It did.
But
Well, he is shit, so.
that's crazy. One of the greatest goalkeepers. Bro, literally a part of the dynasty that Real Madrid was.
Casillas clear.
Crazy.
Courtois clear.
I don't think Courtois is clear yet.
It's crazy that you say that. Yet,
No.
even when he says yet, is crazy.
I think Courtois can be because he still has a little bit of time. Navas won 3 Champions Leagues back to back
And how many is
and had the
Courtois
best
at
and
right
was
now? 2?
honestly got robbed for the best goalkeeper in the World Cup in 2012 or 2020.
In the World Cup, 2014?
Yeah, 2014.
Who won it that
was
year?
Was it the Brazil? No.
That's the one that...
That's the one that Germany won.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Who won it that year? I don't even remember.
Neuer.
No, come on. Neuer?
No.
Yes, bro. Bro, he finished in top 3.
watching the games, brother.
To be fair, that was the year that I started watching, so maybe I don't remember.
Was a god. We went to a
So was Ochoa.
We went to a quarter final, brother.
Yeah, for Costa Rica, it's crazy.
We went to a quarter final.
But Neuer
Brian Reese was on the team.
Brian Ruiz, man. Sporting legend.
Nah, bro, no.
But to be fair, Neuer did finish top 3 in Ballon d'Or that year. That was the year
Yeah,
they got it.
because
of
he
the
was
World Cup, but
because Bayern won everything and then he fucking won
Yeah, of
everything
course,
with
he
the
won
World Cup, obviously. But I don't know. Where were we at? We were talking about Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
I don't even think there's players here that matter. So
Elliot Anderson's a good signing. He's a good player.
I think he's all right.
It's just I hate giving out so many C minuses.
But that is a C minus.
It's just a C minus. It's been such a mid window. I feel like
it is. Well, I mean, other than for me. So
yeah, we're almost there.
Southampton. Taylor Harwood Bellis, some center back from City. Flynn Downs, Barrington Diaz, Sugawara, Bunny Edwards, Nathan Wood.
It's a D window.
It's
I don't know who
bunch
these people
of
are.
a whole bunch of players I don't know.
Sounds like depth signings.
I will say they are depth signings. I will say there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 signings, and they spent 60 mil.
They spent 60 on 11
That's it.
players.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
That's good.
Just because they're putting effort, I'll give them
Yeah.
C minus. But I'm just tired of giving.
And
so
they got
much
rid of some
C-minuses.
although I will say they got rid of. I didn't know Coletta Carr was there.
The center back.
Yeah,
Maybe he was it alone? I don't remember.
I didn't know he was there, but he left
he
for
is
Olympic
decent.
Lyon. I didn't know he was good. West Ham
Yeah.
wanted him for a bit, and then he went to
remember.
Southampton. They went down. I guess they sold him after he came
I
back
guess
up.
so.
I don't know, but again, I'm gonna agree with you there. Tottenham
Solanke.
B plus.
And who else? did they get?
Actually,
Who
no,
else
I'm
did
gonna
they
lie. A minus
Who else
because of
did they
Archie
get?
Gray.
get?
Archie Gray.
Archie Gray is
good.
class.
Archie Gray is very good. And then getting 15 mil euros for Emerson Royale.
He's
is
such a
fucking-
bum.
He is a bum.
You must be happy about that. AC Milan got scammed.
He scammed him, bro.
Unreal.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him an A minus, just because I think Solanke's the perfect striker.
I think so too.
Yeah. The Swedish one.
I'll say
Yeah.
A minus. Yeah, I'll say A minus because
minus.
they've been needing like a dominant striker, and that's what Solanke has been the past year or two. So let's see if he keeps that form up, though.
Just to have fun, I'm gonna skip West Ham and go to Wolves really quickly.
You can put that at the end.
Yep. Rodrigo Gomez, Pedro Lima, Tommy Doyle,
Who is this?
Wolves.
Wolves.
Yeah. And I mean, getting The money they got for the 2 players they sold is insane.
And
We
what
overpaid for Max Gilman, and you guys
Yeah.
overpaid for Pedro Neto.
So they got 100 mil, and what are they doing with it? How much did they spend of it?
They spent 33. They didn't
It's
spend anything.
That might be honestly 33 mil. And who
Yeah.
are the names? Say the first two.
Rodrigo Gomes, which is a Portuguese right mid from Braga, and a Pedro Lima, which is a
Pedro Lim's a right back. Oh, the
Yeah.
Brazilian right back that Chelsea got. I remember we signed him.
Yeah.
We got to hear. That's one of the people that we got to
and
hear.
a
We
City
go
center
for.
mid for 5 mil. Tommy Doyle,
Tommy Doyle.
which
okay.
I've heard the name.
I
I
have
just don't
too.
know.
That's FM. though.
But yeah, and then
That's a D window.
I don't think it's a D.
I just
bro.
don't know.
You can't give a D because of the money they got for these 2 players.
It's
I'm
not that-
giving them a C plus.
All right, a C plus.
Mm-hmm.
We're counting those transfer outs too.
Of course, you have to. It's the transfer window.
I guess so. All right, I'll give it a C just because of the money they got back. But the way that they reinvested that is just not good enough. I'm sorry.
I agree with you.
Poor Gary O'Neill. If that's
I
still
agree
the
with you.
coach.
But again, I think we're doing this a little prematurely. There's still some time,
Yeah, they're
and
still.
I think they will sign some players. That being said, let's get into the main reason we're here.
Is this the
West
last
Ham
one?
United. Yeah, it
It's
is.
the last team.
West Ham United.
Okay.
Just to talk about who went out, we got 18 million euros for Flynn Downs, 15 million or 14.4 for Sedman Rama, 11 for Thilo Care, $1.5 million for Nathan Trott. We got rid of another goalkeeper. Ben Johnson left on a free. We got rid of Calvin Phillips, even though it was a loan, but he's gone. And
Get those wages off.
and then Ogbona's off in terms of wages, which is great.
What a legend.
That being said,
How
Max Kilman, which the one thing I'll put my hands up, we overpaid for him. But
He's good,
I think
though.
he will be a starting
He's
center
good.
back, and I
He's
think he's going to be
left-footed,
good.
right? He's a
Yeah,
left-footed
he is.
center back?
He is.
premium.
Going into that, we paid 47 million euros for it, so around 40 million pounds. Crescenzo Somerville,
Okay, great signing.
Nicholas
from,
Fulkrug,
Uh-huh.
Luis Guillermo,
Uh-huh.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Guido Rodriguez, Jean-Claude Todibo, and Wes Foderingham.
Do you just want to sign a new 11 while you're at it?
No, I mean,
just saying, I'm just saying.
listen. All I'm saying
How much
is
was the total?
because they're not including the fee that we're paying for Todibo because it's a loan with an obligation to buy.
What's the obligation? 40
40
euros though, right? So 33 million
yes,
pounds.
I believe
Okay.
it's yours. So in total, including the obligation, to be 180 because we paid 47. That's euros.
But see, there was that one team it was United that spent 160, and they
Yeah,
got
and they got
that quality. Okay, it's not trash.
nope. You're telling me they got better quality than what we got.
Delict is. I feel like it's hard to
So
say.
Delict is better than Kilman.
I say he's better than Todibo.
Okay, but he's not better than Kilman.
Different types of center backs. Just because of the footedness, the way they play.
Nah,
I'm saying
bro.
right center back versus
I
right
don't
center
think he's
back.
better. I don't. No, you can't do that. You
That's
can't
what
do
that's
that.
what I'm gonna do because they have
can't do that.
Lisandro Martinez playing left center back.
Yeah,
so
but they
I'm
didn't
not
sign
gonna-
Lisandro Martinez.
That's true, but I'm saying like they're gonna play the same position.
No,
but
I think Max Kilman
I don't know if he's better
is
than
better.
Delict.
I think he's better than Delict.
Delict is a captain.
I think the experience he has. I think Max Kilman was a captain. He was a captain.
Was he the captain of Wolves?
I think he was a
didn't
Wolves
know that.
captain. Max Kilman, the experience he has in the league,
Mhm.
he's a good player. He's like right into the team very
Okay.
easily, is enough for me to go. All right, cool. If we're overpaying for someone, it's him. Nicholas Fulkrug for 27 million
Great.
pounds.
He's a little old though. He's a little old. He's proven.
He's 31,
Yeah, but he's proven away.
but he's just now getting into his prime.
I know they say prime of the strikers is 28 to 32, but
He just had the best season he's ever had.
he has.
Then he went to Germany and was cooking for Germany.
Yes, he was, and
He
he,
was
did
scoring.
all right.
He was scoring game-winning goals in
He was
Euros,
linked to AC
in
Milan.
Euros.
He was linked to big teams.
Exactly. I think he's good.
Just have to see if he can do it here.
Luis Guillermo, I think, is a great youngster. He was on the same team that he was playing with Endrick. He was
And
playing with
Estevan.
and Estevan. Like
Yes, sir.
he's
He's a
and
good
he
left
was
winger.
he's a right winger.
Is he right?
Yeah, he is a right
Oh,
winger.
I thought he was playing
Yeah.
left.
He might have been playing left, but he's a right winger. Like, he's gonna want to push.
The
it
games
on
I've seen of Estevan when he was at Palmeiras still,
he was all right.
he was at left wing,
Yeah,
and then Estevan right wing.
exactly.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
I'm saying. But I think he'll like play the right wing. Aaron Wan-Bissaka for me is the biggest signing.
That's
this
a big
summer.
deal because you get
Because-
so much not balance with him, but it balances out the rest of your team
Yeah.
because he's so defensive and
Yeah,
you don't
and
have to worry so
Soufal
much.
was an attacking right back.
Yes, he was.
That was getting smoked by every right
Yup.
wing. I mean, every left wing in the league. So I think that like, in terms of stats, he looked good because he started the season had like 3 assists, like within the first like
Yeah, I
couple
remember
games.
that.
So it was like, oh, he's cooking. But I think with how attacking Emerson's gonna want to play now, having Paqueta and Somerville or having Paqueta and
team's too
Kudos,
attacking.
whatever it is, having that like that triangle that they're gonna play, having someone who's going to win the ball back every time you need him to at right back is perfect. You catch me. every
Always
time.
getting exposed,
You
my boy.
always catch me every time, bro. But yeah, so Yeah. Guido Rodriguez, amazing signing. Obviously with the injury,
I don't know much about him, so
He looked so class in the preseason. Obviously it's preseason, but he was a part of the Argentina winning squad. He played for Betis. He's a good player. Todibo, I have a little like connection to him with the Barca thing, and I just was happy. And then he left, but now he's back, and I'm happy.
good ball playing center back.
Yeah, and I think Somerville is one of the biggest this might be like a big signing.
I think he might flop.
The thing is, I don't think he's gonna start.
Yeah.
Because I think what they're gonna do is play Paqueta out wide on the left, which is where he kind of wants to play.
Before
Maybe
he
not
gets
as a
his
winger,
ban.
but as
Yep.
like a left mid.
Okay.
And then they're gonna play Kudos kind of in that like center attacking
Yeah.
role. Play Bona on the right. Play Fulker up top, and they're gonna play Guido and gonna play either James or Prowse.
This is why Guillermo's starting at left wing to me.
Cameron's not starting.
I think so.
Listen, sir.
The
if
way
you
that
wanna put
I've watched
another
him
bet
play,
down,
dude.
I promise you, he's not.
You're the
starting.
West Ham guy. I won't
He's
say anything.
not starting. If there's anyone starting on the left wing, it's Somerville.
All right. We'll see about that.
I think he'll be great. I think he adds that what Kudos was adding last season, which was that fuck it, just go at him, just go at him. So that'll be sick. But yeah, and then obviously the in terms of the outs, like we got
How much did you spend? I mean, how much did you get money back?
We didn't get much back. It was like 40.
And you spent all that. Ooh, PSR's coming. PSR's coming.
You know, I mean, we had money. That's that Declan Rice money.
Declan Rice
bro.
money is
That's
finally
that
being utilized.
That's that Declan Rice money, bro. Like,
That's fair.
I
That's
don't
fair.
even think. I'll check really quickly, but I don't think we spent that much last season.
I can't even recall
I mean,
big signings.
Kudos was probably the biggest signing.
He was only 35.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I don't think we.
Yeah, that was
spent
it.
much.
Paqueta was the year before that one.
Go on low now.
That's all I can think of. So while you do that, I'll rate their window as an A.
Yeah, I'm gonna say A plus.
I don't think it's an A plus.
I think they had the best window in the.
They did have the best window, so I guess in terms of that, you could put it as A plus. But just because they ain't
we
selling.
signed Edson Alvarez that season too, and James Ward-Prowse. Oh wow.
Oh,
we
and
did kinda
that's an
spend-
expensive
We
window.
spent 144 last year.
Sounds like you used that.
But we
Declan Rice money already.
made 170.
Okay, so you
'Cause
wasted
we
the
sold
Declan.
Skamaka, we sold Vlahovic, we sold Fornals, and
Yeah,
we
you sold
Declan Rice.
Skamaka for a loss. So yeah, Declan Rice money has been gone since last season. So
No. It's not being
PSR
on
is
since last season. I'm
coming.
telling you, we 170 euros, and we spent 144. And
A window.
and that's, I don't know. I don't think we're getting into trouble in terms of money, especially because of the amount of money we make as a
You
club.
do make a lot because of your ticket
Yep.
entries and 66,000 that you can.
But it's
hold or
okay.
something.
You can't relate. It's fine.
It's fine. Listen, your bubbles don't count as money.
Your
so
fucking stadium stinks.
All right, it
It's
doesn't
okay.
stink.
It does. Anyways, that being said, I think we've kind of hit everything. I don't know, unless you have anything else you want to say.
I think that's everything for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna be doing this once a week, so.
We're gonna recap games.
Yeah,
for
we're
the
gonna
most part.
recap games, do like the top. Listen, the way I view it, if anyone who's watching this has watched other ones before, like Filthy Fellows or SDS or when the kickoff used to be a thing, the club, all these things, pitch set. Listen, we're all gonna be doing something similar, but at the end of the day, it's like kind of taking what we like about each one of them and kind of implementing them. It won't be just us alone. We're gonna be doing some cool stuff. I honestly have intentions of like eventually being able to go out to do this at games, to go do this like while watching games, watch alongs, live shows. So we're gonna kind of be doing it all. Obviously, with me and Xavier, are probably gonna be the main ones who are always here. We love ball. We always have. We always will.
We always
and
yell
it's
at
just-
each other because of it.
Exactly, bro. Trust me, we get into arguments all the
Yeah.
time. But
We're
yeah,
just keeping it calm right now.
So yeah, so next week we'll hit you back with like the recap of the first games of the season. We'll talk about like some of like the players right away that we're like, oh shit, they were cooking. And yeah, and we'll be back. All of our links are gonna be all the Nvrcomehome links are gonna be in the description. All of Mike's links because he's producing it, he's killing it. Nvrcomehome, Xavier, me will all be in the description and all be sick. I haven't made a decision on whether or not I'm putting this on the Nvrcomehome account or if I'm putting this on the we'll make our own separate account. But you'll see it wherever it is when it is. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. I thank you guys for watching, and yeah.
We appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
I would say, I mean, move
little
it a little
closer?
bit this way, yeah.
Oh, just so it's not.
Wait, show
the other
each camera again, just so I can.
Oh, okay, I see. I see. This
Yeah,
is
I
in
was
the
gonna
way.
say,
Wait.
like, a little bit.
Put it back to the other one.
Yeah,
Just wanna-
all right, perfect. Yeah, it does. It could be on it. It's just as long as like there's a little space. Charlie, where you going? Oh, we just threw up on the table. Hey, yo.
Were you
don't.
Were you recording any of that? Please tell me that you.
recording since.
Yes,
Recording
yes, Charlie. Oh no, that's gonna be so funny. Oh, that's gonna be so good.
I don't think I